personally presenting your latest film, Altar Boys, here in Art Festival. What is this film about, and what led you personally to do this subject?
Well, it's a film about, in general, it's a film about a group of young people who want to change the world. I mean, that's the interpretation. But what they do about the world, but we have to be precise about describing their world. So their world is a poor neighborhood in a countryside of Poland, and a small community that is really connected with the church, because the church is like the center of the cultural and actually all matters of living there. And they want to change their community by checking if they are trying to fulfill 10 commandments or not. And if they do, they are awarding them. And if they don't, they are punishing them. So they are like, I would say, modern Avengers. It's a poor version of Avengers. That's what the film is about.
This topic is really sensitive for strongly Catholic country. How did you look for a balance between critical perspective and empathy?
Well, my perspective is, I would say my perspective is pretty honest, because I grew up in this kind of neighborhood. I grew up in a conservative Catholic family, and I was altar boy for 12 years. So it's not that I am devoted to the organization, because I would call Catholic Church an organization, because it has nothing to do with the faith. You have to separate those two factors. First is administration and organization, which church basically is, and the second thing is a faith. So I'm not trying to anyhow say or blame faith. It's all about the organization. And of course, as you know, church is this kind of organization that is really, how to say that, they are afraid of conversation on any level. So there always have to be some people who will be against even touching this subject. But there are a lot of supporters as well. So, if you are trying to make a film that everyone loves, that has to be bad. There always have to be someone who is against that, and that's basically what filmmaking is about for me.
As you already said, the main protagonists are young boys from different social backgrounds. Why did you choose child perspective?
You know why? Because I thought I chose the child perspective because I thought that when we are talking about those factors connected to faith, to good deeds, evil deeds, to this kind of expressions, to this kind of factors, you have to have the perspective that is believable to be really engaged emotionally in the topic. And what I think about adult people, and about myself in general too, we are not too dedicated to those factors like faith, honor. This is like, it's very well, it's a crucial thing about our contemporary times, that we are relativity is what drives us. And kids, they don't have that. They can separate good things from bad things, and they see the difference and the gap between them, and that's why they are honest in making the crusade, because basically they are kind of crusaders or something like that. And I thought, first of all, of course, we thought, because from the production reasons it would be much easier to work with mature adult people, but I thought that it won't be believable if we find some 18-year-old boys, guys who are doing all those things that my protagonists are doing. And I always need to believe in those protagonists in all films, not only in mine films. So it had to be young people.
This drives me to question, how was it working with the young actors?
Well, it's a challenge. I mean, working is a challenge, not only with young or adult actors, but you have to, I mean, it costs you 10 times more patience than usual work. And you have to prepare. That's what I thought at the beginning of our work, that it's not a matter of how they are good or not in the process of shooting and acting in film, but it's the matter of how we are prepared to use their energy and what they represent on the screen, on the set actually, during the process. So we made some workshops, we were rehearsing scenes, we were working on choreography of the scenes, we were working in a different locations, not only in these particular that we were shooting after all. And I was trying to, because I'm an actor from my first education, I used to be an actor, I was trying not to, well, let's say, teach them how to act, because it's difficult. I mean, acting is not something that you can learn. You can have it in yourself or not. You can learn the, how to say that, the dynamic of being present in front of the camera, which is not the same as acting. And we were trying, I was just trying to create in them the feeling that they are safe and they can do whatever they want in this, you know, in this borders that we draw at the beginning. And yeah, and I think it worked great. I mean, these actors, they are always on some festivals. The main protagonist, he's getting some awards on festivals, because it's pretty unusual, because they are so intensive and believable, which I mentioned is important for me, this believability, or however you call it. So yeah, that's how we worked. It was a long process.
How do you think this topic will resonate outside Poland?
Outside?
Outside.
Oh, I have already some informations about resonating outside, because the first international festival that we were showing our film was Palm Springs Film Festival. And of course the jury, it's always something different, because it's a group of people. Sometimes they have this kind of feeling and taste, sometimes completely else. There is no agenda, they are people with their sensitivity, they want to be honest in their choices, so I'll leave it on the side. But I know how it resonates with the audience, and there is like, I don't know, 140 films in Palm Springs from all the world, because they are presenting all awarded films from Europe and from other countries. And they choose the altar boys to the 8 films that are the final screening have, because these are people choices. And they really love that. I mean, I don't know why. Maybe it's telling something about human nature, and it's pretty universal to all people in the world. We are saying something different. We are doing the same time something completely against the things that we are declaring. As we can see, politics are extremely in that, like everyone, business in that. They are saying we're saving the world, and at the same time they're flying the jet to get a coffee, and which is like, that's the human nature. And maybe the film is about trying to understand the human nature in general. Yeah!